My braid out would have been done. Like, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Hey. So hopefully you all watched my last couple of videos so you know exactly how we got here. Today I want to experiment with some Bantu knots. You all know that Bantu knots are just not in my regular style lineup, so I wanted to experiment with them today. I do have a Bantu knot out video from sometime last year where I did it on my old straight hair, but this time I wanted to do it on just blown out hair. Back in the day when I used to have my TWA, I would love to do flat twists with edge control. So I wanted to revisit that and see how well edge control will work for me to do a Bantu knot out on my blown out hair. You can see that I've already started doing some Bantu knots in the back of my head just to kind of save time. And because I don't know what I'm doing, my leave-in was already applied prior to the blowout process, so I'm literally just using the edge control to style today. You all know that I am not a smoothing edge control type of girl, so I only have one edge control in my possession and I had to go digging for that. This is the Lotta Body Coconut and Shea Oils Control Me Edge Gel. And this says that it has coconut and shea oils that deeply hydrate the hair from inside out, leaving the hair soft and moisturized with brilliant shine. It says it controls, holds, and smooths edges and is perfect for sleek styles, ponytails, updos, and sculpting. Obviously, you all know I don't slick and sculpt nothing. I want to use this for the alleged hold and for the shine. This does also claim that it's non-flaking, that it's moisturizing and strengthening, and that it's a non-sticky, non-greasy, non-hardening formula. While we're here, if you can see my pimple patch, act like you can't. Thank you so much. So I've been smoothing the edge control through the section and going with it a little heavier on the ends just so my ends can be as smooth as possible. Previously when I tried this on blown out hair with a mousse, my ends were really frizzy. So I'm hoping that coating the ends in this edge control is going to be effective in keeping the ends a little smoother when I take these down. In case you aren't familiar, this is how the edge control looks. And it definitely has that artificial coconutty type of smell. I'm going to take out a section. I'm going in on decent sized sections just because I don't want the curls to come out super tight. So I'm going to go in with a section about this size. I also don't want my hair to be super weighed down and greasy. So to coat this section, I'm just going to use about that much of the edge control. And I'm going to smooth it on the outside of the section and especially on the ends. Now obviously this does not have slip because of how waxy it is, so you definitely want to make sure your hair is nice and detangled if you're going to try this. I don't know if I can recommend it yet, we'll see. And once I have that pretty much coated through the section, I'm going to go in with my rat tail comb to smooth it through. You can already see the shine that the edge control is giving me, so love that for me. And I'm going to start twisting it at the root, but I don't want to do it too tight. So you can see I still have some slack there. And I'll twist it all the way down the section. And once I get to the ends, I'm going to add a wee bit more of the edge control, just enough to where the ends practically look straight. Comb through. And then proceed with the Bantu knot. So that is the Bantu knot, but I am going to secure it with a bobby pin just so I can make sure it doesn't come loose while I'm sleeping. That's literally all the steps that I've been taking to install these Bantu knots. I'm going to finish the rest of my hair, come back for the takedown, and hope for the best. Y'all, I don't know about this one. First of all, I already don't know what I'm doing. I am just not the connoisseur, the expert, the SME with regards to Bantu knots. We know this. I don't know how this is going to turn out. I feel like I could have went a little too heavy-handed in some areas with the edge control. I'm going to sleep in a bonnet and try my level best to not ruin these by tomorrow. You can see that they still have some mobility to them, so that way they're pliable and not causing me any major discomfort while I sleep.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
I'm going to put on my bonnet and hope for the best. So first of all, I had those Bantu knots in my head for 2 nights. And let me just tell you, even though the Bantu knots were like pliable and still had some movement to them, they were still uncomfortable to sleep in. I'm still fresh in the Bantu knot game, so I'm not sure if there is a workaround that makes them a little more comfortable to sleep in, but And the bobby pins, I'm gonna have to figure something else out. My scalp just isn't bobby pin friendly, and no matter which way I position them, once I try to get comfortable in bed, they just hurt. So I took the bobby pins out off camera because I couldn't take it no more. Do we see these curls? Like, look at this is with an edge control, people. Previously, when I would do Bantu knots, I would use a mousse. Now, granted, the curls was cute, they were shiny, and they had decent flexible hold. But the mousse, of course, reverted my hair a little bit and caused me to have some frizz when I would take the Bantu knots down. The difference with this edge control is because it's waxy, not only is it holding the curl, it's keeping my ends stretched and smooth, which is why I have way less frizz. My hair is so shiny and moisturized. Also want to mention that I could definitely tell the areas where I use a little bit too much of the edge control. Those spots do feel a little greasy, and it was a little more difficult for me to separate those areas, but that's okay. That's a learning curve that I'm willing to navigate, because these curls look good. Like, they look so good. The frizz is under control. My hair is so soft and bouncy and shiny, and listen, I feel like I'm going to have to add Bantu knots to my regular style rotation, specifically when my hair is stretched. Now, because I love myself, I'm not going to ever try these on soaking wet hair, because who has the time? But say if I have some old stretched hair and I want to do a new style, Bantu knots will probably be my go-to. Or if I happen to blow out my hair, Bantu knots will be my go-to. I have to say, after this experience, I don't think that I'm going to go back to using mousse for Bantu knot outs. I feel like the edge control gave me exactly what I was looking for with regards to keeping my ends smooth. Ooh, I'm so excited. You all be sure to drop down in the comments and let me know if you've ever used edge control as a styler, and if you haven't, give it a try. 10 out of 10, would highly recommend. Also, be sure to drop down in the comments and let me know some of your favorite edge controls. I'm gonna have to start adding them to the lineup strictly for this purpose. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Please be safe, and I'll catch you in the next one.